this thing. It's just
beautiful,
really unique. It's almost like I said, like a British battle color back in the day that they used to use for their old Jeeps. It's like the color is so cool on this thing. Interior. That's so cool. Love this truck.
That's great. Like my son can fabricate.
Yeah.
Rolling like this.
I love this. The old spearmint gum kind of color. Love the gunmetal gray and the carbon fiber. So cool. I love the gray on this thing.
I'm in the Cranbrook Alpha Mail Club.
Hey, see, those are the seats that I'm looking for too for my van. They're very comfortable. I think they're from like, well, I used to have the ones from the old OBS Chevys. Love this truck, it's so cool. Pretty clean. Finished interior. Love the color on this thing. Oh, nice. That is a cool bike, man. Oh, these are some beautiful bikes. So nice. My favorite one is this one which changes color right here. It's actually pretty cool. That one's the one I voted for. That green one down there. And the white Indian bike. Yeah, you really can't tell the sparkle, but I think it's got a really cool shine. Color changing. Well, I think it's time for this radiator to kind of go. Whoever put it in and installed it, obviously this is not the same radiator. This thing is completely cracked, and it's obviously, you can see how tilted it is. It's not even in their level. It's not even for this van. And I'm sick and tired of this cap being underneath the washer fluid thing. It's impossible. The latch or the hood gets stuck on there, this little cable. It leaks like crazy from the bottom because it's cracked now. That it's not the right one. The fan shroud rubs on here. Obviously the lines are different because the van, this hose is over here and it just runs shortly over here, and then the bottom part The line goes from here to the underneath the engine block. So yeah, they're on the opposite side. The hose is supposed to be here. The cap is supposed to be on this side. This thing is way too tall. The one for the radiator is supposed to be a little bit wider and shorter. We're out of my truck over here. I'll show you here shortly. And I'm just going to start using the parts off there. Because for some reason the 90s Chevy pickups, the parts seem to work a little bit better than what this guy had all originally in here. Because it's just rubbing on everything. It's rubbing on the freaking bolt over here and it's going to eat through it. So I try to zip tie everything up, but I don't know, I just don't like the way it looks. It's not functional. And it's leaking everywhere. So it's got to go. This is a spare radiator that I have for this truck, my 98. The motor is pretty much hurt. I'm not going to rebuild this thing. It's just not even worth it. The bottom end's pretty much done. The timing is completely off because I think the main bearing obviously slipped, so the timing's out. Chewed the oil pump up a little bit. But I just need to customize it to a point where it's going to be 1,000 times better than what's in there right now. I might rob that top radiator hose because it's almost the same length as I should have it. I might have to cut it a little bit short. And then thermostat in the van sucks because it does point up, but I think I can get away with that. Yeah, for now I got to figure out something because that's not working, and I need to get my van going. See, the bottom one is these fittings leak. These old oil cooler lines always leak. See, that one does as well. So I was going to kind of rob a couple off of them. Ooh, and I need that dipstick actually for the truck, the other one. So yeah, we'll get that out and see what I can do with it. Well, I just robbed the radiator out of my old truck. The hose actually fit in there really well. Maybe I might have to strap it down a little bit so it doesn't rub. Other than that, it worked out pretty good. I used the clamps because I don't like using C-clamps. I just like to use the original ones. The fan shroud fits in here perfectly, other than the guy cut it, so now this piece kind of broke off, so I'll have to like find a new fan shroud, the cover, maybe the whole thing. I gotta relocate another one of these because it originally didn't have another one here, and these fit right over here perfectly. They got the rubber pieces on them exactly. So I want to actually inform you guys that a 97 radiator from a 1500 Chevy pickup truck will actually fit in these G20 vans perfectly fine. So this is an 86 G20 van, and I threw the radiator from my 97 pickup in here, and the rubber pieces on the bottom fit in those grooves perfectly. I just cut a little bit off the end so it doesn't it just wasn't sitting right. These little rubber grommets underneath here with the little nipples fit in here perfectly. The brackets fit on here exactly perfect. Same with this one. It'll sit over here and kind of clamp right on top of here with that rubber piece. And the bottom hose, I had a brand new one from the truck, never used it, and it fits in here exactly perfect. I got some new cooler lines. I got some new these lines I just robbed out of the truck because they fit in there perfectly. I need to do air intake too. There's a lot going on. It looks like crap, but that's what you get when you buy it off of somebody who has no idea what they're doing. So yeah, easy setup. This thing didn't cost me anything because I already prepaid for it for the other truck that broke down, and I'm just going to rob parts off of it. Going to do it like this. Welcome guys, this is my van. This thing is a project. Throw it down in the comments how this thing is absolutely an eyesore, but you know what? This thing has some history. It's from California. It was owned by, I believe, a veteran back in the day. I can't quite remember. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I was told. But I picked this thing up. It has the old California emission style stuff. It's got, tons of work that needs to be done, and I have been working on it. So I've been robbing my other truck a lot of the parts off of. So we'll get into it and show you guys exactly what I've been working on and what other projects I have on the go. Well, here's the back of my van. I do like these actually old 80s style, 90s style window things. Other than they're plastic, so that one's broke. I gotta hunt down a new set, get rid of those. This thing is pretty rust free, but it does need a lot of body work. I'm thinking of actually just, since I use it for camping, I was gonna go kind of bed liner, but with a nice little forest green. I had to get some new tires, so these are all new. I was just camping, so it was pretty dirty. These step things are pretty beat up, but they have protected it from rust. So usually these things are rusted out all the way down here, and they're rust free besides something over there. But that's, I think that's transmission fluid that actually spilled inside my van. But now it is pretty drip free now from that radiator, because it was leaking everywhere. The trans lines were leaking and dripping, so I put new ones in there. I got new shocks, just tons of stuff, and obviously there's going to be a lot of more engine work I need to do. This is my overland rig, so I camp with this. I do a lot of outdoor stuff, activities, a lot of prospecting. I gotta find a different spot for that. I've already snagged it on a branch in the bush, and I kind of ripped it out. I don't like the way it looks. These were just temporary. I just thought they were cool to sit on there. I do want to find something for the drip edge. You can actually find for the lights, where you can just, you know, stack them along there. Want to get like a roof rack. I already sealed the top of the roof to stop it from leaking, and it does work. But yeah, you can see like it needs a lot of body work, and I don't know. Someone told me to keep it rustic and whatnot, but I don't know, I'm kind of getting bored of it. So eventually, I want to kind of, you know, style it up a little bit. I got to get rid of that tire and try to get a tire rack for the back. I got to get a ladder kind of for the roof. Just kind of bring it back to where it originally was. Other than, yeah, try to get somebody to kind of fix that bumper. I like the bumper because I do prefer the winch. And I really would love this thing like lifted up like 4 inches or whatnot. You can see like an art piece I did on the hood. I'm not done with it yet. I gotta fix up the pyramids. I gotta do a whole bunch more and try to match it up to the dash inside there. So I'll take you on the inside of this girl. Well, here is my setup. It's not the best. Just did what I could for pretty cheap. Got my drawer there. It comes out. Fridge, carbon monoxide detector, a plug-in for all my stuff. That's got Starlink and whatnot in it. Here's my bed I sleep on, and all my bids for farmers markets if I have the chance to go to them. But this year has been pretty bad with the smoke and fires, and I've been kind of running all over the place. I got my fishing rods usually, but I do want to get rid of all this whole setup here. I need to figure out something where I could put it in a trailer. Find a trailer I could tow. See, like, there's no room in here. Just kind of stuff in there. Usually the table sits right here. I can just chill out. And I can't do that because of all this crap in the way. It's very annoying. Usually I display stuff out here. I might start doing that next year. Start displaying all these necklaces here. I'll use this side as well. And try to figure out what I should do. I'll show you this horrendous red. I got to get rid of these panels. I'm going to make something and just kind of trace this out. Redo all that. Speaker fell out. I kicked that. I don't know. They're just really cheap. Cheap old speakers. Here's the ugliest seats you've ever seen. I cannot stand them. I just hate the color. They're all stained, ripped, and kind of really, yeah, they rattle around. They're horrible. These are the seats I'm looking for my van, but gray. They're very comfortable, other than this one's got like the actual bench seat there in the front. They're not actually captain chairs, which I'm looking for that for my van. Yeah, it's a project, and it just never stops. Always something. But I do have this beauty up here. I built this thing for just, you know, to store stuff up top. I got my radio here, solar panel that charges the batteries. I got switches here for kind of like my outdoor navigation, and then this thing up here, and then my voltmeter is right there. Tells me how many volts I have, and I had it on last night and it's still charged, which is pretty good. So that solar panel does work pretty good. And then this one is just for the plugs for those side, little lighter plugins. This rocker is actually, or this light switch is actually for these lights. Well, eventually when they're on the roof. Yeah, so this thing is definitely a project, and hopefully I can actually start building this thing up. Did get actually broken into. Someone actually stole the stereo, ripped out the speakers, they wrecked a whole bunch of stuff, they ripped out some wiring, had to fix up a bunch of stuff down there as well. Some of these switches got to be replaced, I got to get new ones. So yeah, someone broke in and just started going to town and taking stuff out. Here's the dash. Kind of did a little art mural on that one, a little art piece that I did. I want to blend into here, but I got to get a new dog house. This one's ugly, it's falling apart. I do want to get rid of I really got to get rid of these colors in here, just start going like grays and blacks, and that's it. Get rid of that, probably do something. Maybe I might just paint this the same color as that. Temp gauge I just put in not long ago. New lighter plugins because this thing never had any. Yeah, the temp gauge didn't work in here properly for some reason. I think it was like the needle. I've put new clusters in here multiple times. They still don't work. Fuel gauge doesn't read right. All the gauges work besides the fuel gauge and the temp gauge. The rest of the gauges work. The lights turn on. This is just an extra gauge I found and just threw in here with a different thing. It's an RPM gauge. Well, I'm going to wrap up this video. I thought maybe, someone might want to see a tour of the old California junker scrapyard van that I just picked up, actually a couple years ago. And it has super amounts of really weird history. Probably get into another video of it. But yeah, it's been broken into multiple times. It's from California. And yeah, that was my tour of my van, and hopefully you guys like. If you want to stick around, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and hopefully I can get some more videos out, because I got to get that old girl, the old diesel, running here soon and shortly, one day. So yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys.